I do know of one place that is cheaper than this particular one, and that would be Mr. Smail's offer in the earlier minutes that were a note that was read, the public announcement, that he would offer to give us free storage in the same location they were stored last time, were it to be that you would like to release the names of the administrative page, I think, or something like that, if that's what I read correctly.
The bribe?
Is that what you would refer to as? I'm not sure.
That's what I would
You know,
characterize it
I
as.
just thought that that would be an interesting arrangement, because it would be
When somebody
no
offers to
cost.
give you money, or donate money to you, in your name to a charity for something in return, I think that's the definition of a bribe. I'll do this for you if you do this for me. I can only imagine what he's done in the past, but I'm not, this mayor's not for sale,
Yeah,
so.
okay. All right, well, I think I've heard enough about this. Thank you for your explanations, Mr. Weller, Mr. Mix. I'm okay with that for this year. And you're right, it would certainly be less money than paying a mortgage on a building that we built over a period of time. Might be the thing to consider in the future. Thank you.
Any other discussion on Resolution 2?
Well, I did, we all got those same emails, and actually, I mean, I think it's something that we should be talking about at some point, whether, I know that there's a deadline on that, but we have someone who wants to pay the taxes, who is offering free cart storage, whether a donation to your favorite charity you think is a bribe or not. It was not offered to all of us, but it was certain people. And I think, I think we should discuss it. I think we should be discussing his offer to pay the taxes without the city having to go through litigation yet again. I know that we've spent 50, maybe 60,000 already on litigation. I'm not sure, but so it certainly will end up being more. But I guess what I don't understand is why you both are protecting the people on the meme page. I mean, Mayor, you said publicly on the radio, you know who's behind it. I guess I don't know why you're protecting them.
I'm sorry, what does that
What's-
have to do with golf cart storage?
Because that's part of the deal, that is about
the
free
bribe.
golf. Yeah, no, well, if you want to call it that, but it is part of an offer that somebody has made, which includes the golf cart rental. And, I mean, obviously, you guys, you know who's behind it, and you're okay with them bullying people. I've been a victim of that page, being bullied, being made fun of. That's okay. But the thing is, that is a real problem today. And I don't know why you're protecting them, why you're hiding behind them, because you're saying you know who it is, but yet you won't name them. That's all. I mean, I don't understand it, but so be it.
Any other question or discussion on Resolution 2? Well, I would just, for the public's sake and knowledge, the bribe that's been offered since September 15th, in the last 2 weeks, we've received no less than, I think it's been 24 or 25 emails from Phil Simeo offering to pay money to a charity in my name, Councilwoman Campo's name, and other people's name. In return, he's going to do certain things, like pay his taxes, which everybody's supposed to pay their taxes anyways. And we have to disclose names of who he thinks are running the meme page, although he paid his intelligence officer, Mr. Donnie Lee Behringer, $1,000, who this intelligence officer believes the Earth is flat. He's hired the state troopers and an internet security company to find out who's running this page. So, look, I'll be happy to disclose all of these emails, but when somebody says, I will give you money and I will do this, in return you get that, that to me is the clearest definition of a bribe. I'm going to ask the city attorney to look into that matter also. especially when it's over and above the $75 limit of which we're allowed to take legally for gifts. He's offering thousands of dollars in return for something. This is coming from a person that hasn't even paid his taxes in years, over 3 years, and has had multiple notices and still hasn't paid his taxes, and just got $1.7 million from the city. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say other than I'll remind you of his business practices and what the New York State Attorney General said about this guy. He's a fraud. Not my words, New York State Attorney General. So you want to do business with somebody that owes the city thousands of dollars, over $100,000 in taxes, who the city gave him, according to a deed restriction, $1.7 million, but at least $850,000, and he sued us, had people come, didn't show up, and you want to give him more money? And he hasn't paid his taxes yet? You want to do him favors? To me, that's big question marks, but that has nothing to do with golf cart storages other than, giving somebody's friends what they want. This mayor's not for sale, so.
Well,
Any other discussion on resolution 2?
I've got something. I'll just say, I think it is kind of insane that we're even entertaining this proposition. Any other person who's a resident who owns property would just simply pay their taxes. They wouldn't email city council members dozens of times in a week's span, bordering on what I think is harassment. I mean, I would like the public to see these emails, calling me and others' names, bringing my 1-year-old daughter into the conversation, which in itself is disturbing. So it's really uncalled for, and I think it's disappointing that the council would even entertain an offer such as this from somebody. And I also think I speak on behalf of the public when I say that it's sad that we have to, again, at another council meeting, talk about memes, talk about a meme page. It's unprofessional. Yes, it is bullying. I agree wholeheartedly, and I have been, if you want to call it, bullied in my time as a public official. I've had people say things about my appearance. I've had people be critical of my career, and I just take it. That's kind of what comes with the territory when you do this sort of thing. So I, again, think it's insane that we would be even entertaining a bribe such as this, and I think the public has heard enough about memes and would prefer us to actually do the work that they elected us to do here.
Well, I'm glad that you agree that it is bullying, because I've been the target since day one, and there are suspicions about who's out there, who's doing it. And I know it has nothing to do with this per se, but Mayor, I mean, you bragged about knowing who was behind it on the radio, and we see the people that are over there, and some of them are your co-workers, your wife.
What coworkers?
Why?
Because I don't work with anybody who lives in the city of Watertown anymore, so
Oh, you're not at Channel 7 anymore?
I've not been there for months.
Oh, okay.
Not sure what that has to do with a lease.
And your wife has been on there commenting
On where?
on this meme page. And so, yeah, okay, maybe it is insane that we have the emails, we have a proposal, but the fact is it a worthy proposal to discuss? I mean, at some point, I think that is something that should be addressed. If anybody puts an offer or whatever to us, are we just supposed to say, nope, forget it? You want to allege that it's 1.7 million, we don't have the proof because there's no signed document. But further, the emails that we've been getting, most of them I've seen are maybe once a day, but it's interesting that within 15 minutes or so that we get the email, it's immediately posted, that information is posted over on the meme page. Especially when it comes to an offer about the taxes. Within 15 minutes, there's another meme about Mr. Semeo, pay your taxes. I find that, is it coincidental, but I think that somebody within that email chain is either posting or sending that information to somebody else. So I'm just putting that out there. I mean, I understand why. I think it's important that people should know because, yes, Mr. Olney, he's done memes, more of a political nature, but he does sign his name to it. This, it's all anonymous. And what I hear is that we would be very surprised to know who are the people that are on there. Well,
Probably
I guess
not.
we had that chance, but I guess, you know, that's the way it is.
Anything else on Resolution 2?
I have something.
Go
I
ahead.
know Robert spoke about this and voting no against it at the privilege of the floor, and I just want to make this note. We're in a spot at this point, it seems, because we have to take care of the golf carts before we need to put them somewhere. We have one alternative, but apparently that isn't going to happen because we know that information is not going to be revealed, and we're not going to take a bribe to do something that would cost us nothing. All right, so that's clear. So I will be voting for yes on this, even though we did not put this out for a request for proposal, even though we did not look for other people in the city that might be of interest or interested in this particular storage issue, even though that this was acted upon and decided. Now, is it a big deal? No, it isn't. We need to take care of the cars, as we understand, because last year at this time, I think it was further into the year, the carts were out, and it was before the deal closed, and you, Ms. Campo Pierce, noticed that they were outside, and you had felt that they needed to be somewhere. And then, of course, it was decided that that could be facilitated by Lundy asking Sameo to put the carts into the building over exactly where he's offering it to be now. And at that particular time, instead of agreeing with that situation, we had a situation where a city attorney thought that might not be the best thing, even though that deal was consummated between Lundy and Sameo. It had nothing to do with what we were doing. It was him acting on behalf of what he had heard from you in order to take care of those carts so they wouldn't be out in the cold. They did that, and the argument that Justin and I had was because I did his job by asking Sameo if there was any connection with the Main Avenue lawsuit, that if he would withhold those carts in order to get a better, or get some leverage or something over that litigation, that in my opinion was absolutely unnecessary to do because it was a mistake on our part and we should have set it back. So in a way, all of this is related to one another. But it comes down to what we need to do right now because of what has been done. And in the best interest of the city's golf course carts, I'm going to be voting yes to go ahead with this one, with a reservation.
Any other discussion on Resolution 2, for which I won't accept a bribe, so. Call the question.
Councilmember Hickey?
Yes.
Councilmember Olney?
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce?
Yes.
Councilmember Ruggiero?
No.
Mayor Smith?
No.